So for a couple of years, you could bet on weather. It was a thing that was hosted, and then it just got shut down. Probably because all the weenies got in there. And
or because, like, was it like weather outside of the stadium or inside a kickoff?
It wasn't even game related. It was literally like Chicago to get 3 to 5 inches of snow or whatever.
On Wednesday, March 27th.
Yeah, it was like totally driven. It was totally meteorological, and me and my buddy liked it because we felt like we were pretty good at it, and then it just went away. Well, I think we were competing against other meteorologists though, hopefully, right? Like who else would get in there? And
I was gonna say, was this like a website or an app
Yeah, it was a website.
Okay.
Now I'm like saying this, and I'm like, was it legal at the time?
I think it was. We should take
I
this
think
offline.
It was. Well, I don't know. Okay, no, it was. You know why? Because they were technically doing it as if they were futures for something. So it was like it doesn't matter. Anyways, it doesn't matter. The point is, I would put money on the line for a forecast, so that's good. 40 in Portland, 40 in Wisconsin, 41 in Rockland. We got pretty warm today. Middle of the day, cloudy, didn't feel quite as nice. Overnight tonight, we dropped down to just about freezing. This is pretty warm for this time of the year, right? Early February to only be 32 to 35 in the middle of the night with an isolated rain shower across northern Maine. Now tomorrow we talked about the possibility to be maybe in the 50s in York and Cumberland County. Fortunately, the latest small-scale models show a pretty strong onshore flow. That knocks the coast back down to the ocean temperature, which is 38, 39 degrees. We could still see a narrow window of 50 plus, Freiburg, Cornish, back to Sebago, maybe into Sanford, and then into the Lakes region of New Hampshire. I don't think there's a ton of that though. Rain showers possible in the afternoon as this little disturbance comes through. But because those temperatures don't look as warm tomorrow, my sense is that Sunday now becomes the better of the 2 weekend days. We're able to pop into the upper 40s more broadly on Sunday, a couple of low 50s over southern Maine, and we don't have the onshore flow issue. Quiet on Monday, and then we're watching a storm on Tuesday, which I feel a little bit better about than I did yesterday. The models have come into slightly better agreement, but not enough that we have a snowfall map yet. And I think the biggest issue here is just the northern extent of precipitation. Massachusetts, southern New England looks good for this storm for sure, coming in Monday night and Tuesday. This model is the farthest north of all of them. And even that you can see basically cuts off around the Bangor area. So I would say that this storm looks like a southern Maine and maybe mid-coast system on Tuesday. I think when you get away from that zone, you could end up with nothing unless the models change substantially. So it looks like just kind of a broadly 3 to 6, 4 to 8 kind of deal over southern Maine. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll have a map out, I would assume, by this weekend. I almost did it, guys, but I don't like the slipperiness of this. Like it could slide south and we get almost nothing. And you hate to have a map when it doesn't snow.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that. But that's Tuesday morning, and then another storm system to watch for Friday, but the weekend looks good. You know, the game doesn't start till what, 6:30, so
6:30.
The day before and the day throughout Sunday looks good. Like stuff,
awesome.
Nice to be outside.
We'll keep our fingers crossed that we do get some snow for the southern Maine area, because I bet there's a lot of people who like to go cross-country skiing or something, snowshoeing. So
well, especially we talked about it at 4:30. Like we haven't had that February crash freeze.
The blitz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still waiting.
that I'm okay with. Thanks, Keith.